Hello everyone, this is Jeremy and welcome to episode 7 of Seaopolis, where I am free from the clutches of the sea. I've now have both a jetpack and the I guess it's just a dragon scale, but this gives me immunity to poison, and I think wither is also an effect that you get for being too far up in the air here, so the poisonous air is no longer poisonous to me. Also realizing that this jetpack I have is quiet. Whoa, who thought of that? Who's made a mod that is not overly loud? Looking at you, Mechanism. Anyways, now that I can fly, let's go to some of these places I've been needing some stuff from. I can come up here and... oh, these stems aren't made from should have brought an axe with me. I'm out of range, aren't I? Yeah. These stems aren't made from slime. Weird. Yeah, slime trees have changed. And that drops slimy saplings, alright. And I guess there's still slime blocks to go around. Yep, so I'm gonna harvest some of the stuff down here, get some of the dirt too, so that we can throw the sapling into a bonsai pot and grow our own slime. I no longer have to hunt the slimes that fall off the platform just to make my refined storage components. This should easily provide me with... ooh, this jetpack's real fast. Hold up. I just want to land on top of this thing. I give up. This should easily provide us with enough slime just to meet our needs. So, next thing I want to do is take all the items that come out of these popping botany pots and sort them just into a set of drawers. So that should be quite simple. Ta-da! So everything's in another drawer system. If you can't tell, I love my drawer systems. It's hooked up to the refined storage network via external storage on the bottom there that you can't quite see, but you're going to have to believe me that it's down there. So we should now be able to see all of our wood, saplings, etc. directly from refined storage. Cool. What do we want to do next? I want to actually take a look at this structure here. Originally, I thought this was just like a nice source of bone, right? But when I was looking at quests earlier, when I was trying to get enough coins to complete my scale, or to buy this scale, I saw that under ocean exploration, there's this thing, block of emerald. So going through, I presume this is a leviathan. It leads to block of emerald, saying that these can be found in the head of leviathans. So leviathan head, hey, would you look at that? Emeralds. Oh, and there's a husk spawner there. All right, before I do this then, let's go make that map generator thingy. Not because I want it, but because may as well complete the quest. The block of emerald quest here, well, this is a little annoying. The thing is literally labeled optional, and it's not that bad to make. It's just a little bit, a little bit of clicking. But it's literally labeled optional, yet it's quite clearly not optional. It's quite clearly required. Because if you don't do this quest, you can't do the block of emerald quest. If you don't do the block of emerald quest, you can't do the emerald mesh quest. And if you can't do the emerald mesh quest, you can't do like the other, the second half of the mod pack. So I assert that the quest is not optional. I really wonder where this map generator will lead us to. I think there's no way to reuse this, right? This has already been, yeah. So place it, break it, and oh look, there's a leviathan right here. Who'd have thought, right? Anyways, now that we've done that, let's go kill. Let me in. Kill a few husks. Complete the kill husk quest. Look at this, Master of Combat, and get the emeralds that we came here for. I'll leave the ore in case the ore is useful for something later. I can come back and silk touch it. But 4 emerald blocks should let us upgrade our mesh actually to the emerald mesh. I don't think I need the things that come out of the emerald mesh yet, but there's really no downside to using the emerald mesh relative to... oh, that's very easy. There's no downside to using the emerald mesh relative to the diamond mesh when it comes to sieving overworld matter. Yes, you get the same things. But there's what, 2 rows here? There's 2 rows plus 2 here. So you get the same things, except in addition, you get emeralds 5% of the time, and what else is new? Platinum? 50% of the time. Wow, that's a lot of platinum. But as far, I'm gonna do a quick sanity check, make sure, well, especially iron. As long as that chance doesn't go down, yeah. Now, there's going from emerald to netherite, the chances do go down slightly. So it's not, or no, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. At the very least, the emerald mesh is free. So let's make ourselves the emerald mesh. We can actually do all 4 of them. It doesn't matter. We're only going to upgrade our 1 diamond mesh to emerald. The diamond mesh took about a decade to make. I imagine the emerald mesh is only going to take about 6 decades. Oh boy. How much energy are we talking here? 500,000 at... what's my number? 120 times 0.83, so about 100 RF per tick. That's 5,000 ticks. 250 seconds? Okay, I mean, that's 4 minutes. Not that bad. I guess we just wait for that. Oh, there's actually a second mesh I need to upgrade to emerald, and that is the mesh that we're sieving netherrack through. Upgrading that mesh causes us to get best cells and blackstone. That's useless. However, netherite scrap at 2%. This is much easier. Well, I mean, we can't get netherite from mining the nether at all, right? But we need netherite to progress further. So what are the new things here? The 2 pebbles and netherite? That's 3 new items, yeah. And it doesn't affect our drop chances of the other stuff. All right, so 2 mesh upgrades. But I think I already have this at diamond, right? As our mesh is craft, let's get back to working on the mob cages that I've wanted to do for the last couple of episodes. So when we left off on this project, we were working on making blaze wood, which is pouring blaze over planks. I did snag a blaze spawner, but I don't think I'm going to need to use it for very long. It's probably in a cardboard box here. Yeah. Because once we get the mod cage up, we can just use the mob cage to spawn blazes. So, to make the blaze wood, we have to pour molten blaze over planks, and that's going to need a smeltery. However, this smeltery here is kind of just making overworld matter for me almost all the time, because I need to just be sieving it all the time, right? Do we have a mesh done here? You go in there, start sieving. I'll have to add new slots in the drawer wall too, but the items, they'll just sit in here homeless. These don't belong there. But yeah, they'll just sit in here homeless until I expand the wall. But anyways, to deal with that, I think I'm just going to add a second smeltery. So I doubt I have enough seared stuff for a smeltery, maybe a small one. Let's make some room and then build a second smeltery maybe over here somewhere. We'll leave that little smeltery there just to always be making overworld matter, and then we'll make a second smeltery for all of our other needs. I imagine there's quite a few things in this pack that must be made in a smeltery. Even stuff as simple as terracotta has to be made in a smeltery. So well, it has to be at least made in a casting base, but you have to melt it in a smeltery. So yeah, I imagine there'll be more smelteries to come. And second smeltery. So into this one, let's put our bucket of molten blaze. I think it goes into there and then just start pouring. No, that's not how we make blaze wood. Molten blaze over... Oh, does that have to be any of the... I suspect it has to be one of the nether planks. Yeah, it does. Okay. So it's crimson or warped. Well, in any event, we have to get one of these saplings, which comes from crimson fungus. I think there's a thing we can sieve for it. Warp fungus. No. I don't happen to just have some, do I? Where do I get this? I'm sure there's a quest somewhere. The Nether. Not in the Nether. I did some JEI digging combined with my infinite knowledge of vanilla Minecraft, and I think warp fungus comes from bone mealing this nylium block in the... It might have to be in the Nether, maybe not. But anyways, to make nylium, we have to infuse netherrack with fungi, which comes from any mushroom-like thing. I've gotten one red mushroom. I think it was from sifting soul sand, but I can't say for sure. In any event, I only have one, so I have to grow it. And I think we can grow them in phytogenic insulators now without the growth booster, whatever, fertilizer, that's the word. So, in phytogenic insulators, if you just use it without a upgrade or without fertilizer, it's just slower, but you always... I mean, you're guaranteed to get, one input, two output. Now, you can improve the yield by using fertilizer. In fact, if you use PhytoGrow, you get 3 times as much output. uses less energy. There's a chance to use up your fertilizer, yada, yada, yada. So I'm going to try to put some Phyto Grow into here. I think we can make this. The Apatite and the Niter both come from sifting, so we can make Phyto Grow quite easily. Not necessarily in infinite amounts, but in relatively large amounts. And then we can put some upgrades in here. What were they called? I guess I didn't have any. With some upgrades, this thing is actually quite fast, and for each one input, you get 6 outputs. So we'll probably be using a lot of phytogenic insulators in this pack when we get to the later farming steps. There doesn't seem to be a easy way to do massive hyper speed boosted farms, so the photogenic insulator is probably as close as we're gonna get. Anyways, this makes us our mushrooms, and then I think I can just jam mushrooms into this. So 24 mushrooms goes with 24 netherrack, and that should make us a little bit of nylium, and then I can just place and bone meal that. Hope this process works in the overworld. Not quite. I need the mushroom to grow, because if I have to move this to the nether, I'm going to have to... oh, there we go. Crimson fungus, perfect. Hey, don't sick. You need silk touch to be able to pick up the nylium. Anyways, apparently if you bone meal it on the nylium, it can even grow on grass. Good to know. All right. Anyways, mission successful. Now that we have the plant, we can just grow it in these pots. I think crimson fungus grows in botany pots just fine. Netherrack. All right. Once again, then back to our smeltery. Let's get 10 pieces of warp planks. There we go. And then we can pour our blaze onto that. Get blaze wood. Next step is to turn the blaze wood into the actual casing. Actually, 10 of them only makes 40 casing. That's not enough, is it? I need to make a bit more. How much blaze do I have? So 60. Each piece melts into, I think it was 20. So it's 50 per bucket. It's not a great deal. Well, it's enough for now, I think. Next up, we have the compact machine walls themselves. So this is the blaze wood underneath obsidian. So blaze wood, obsidian, and then just toss a flux core in. I believe the flux core has to pass the plane of the orange thing here in order for the crafting to happen, and then give it a couple seconds. And this is painfully slow because we have to do this 20 times. All right, well, to speed that along a little bit, doesn't really help for this process because it's only 2 blocks, but for the larger crafts, this helps tremendously. You can just use the copy paste gadget to copy the oh dear, how do I G was it? No. How do I switch you back to paste mode? Category. It is G. What else is using G? Settings menu, yes. Curios, no. Chest mode switch, no. Open wireless crafting grid, sure. There we go. Paste. So now I can just, like, with one click, create this structure, and then roll the flux core in, and I think I can't create an... oh. Okay, so we can't craft a second one until the first one's done. But as soon as that one's done, bam, do it again. No? Bam, do it again. No? Why not? What's wrong with this? Blazewood, obsidian. I hate you, miniaturization field. Do you not like it if you're placed via give me that axe. Copy paste gadget. Do I have to place it by hand? You are evil. Let's try pasting it after the previous craft is done. No, this just it's not having any of it. Apparently automation not allowed. Or not even automation. Automation tricks not allowed. Yeah, whatever. I have a feeling I'll be making quite a bit of these frames, whatever, casings, compact machine walls. So I set up a couple more of these fields so I could run it in parallel. But the fact that I have to do it all by hand is a little bit obnoxious. Still, make the best of a bad situation, right? This way, at least I'm not waiting for processing. I'm just running around like a chicken with its head cut off, placing blocks. When I was done, I ended up with only 48 walls, and I suspect I know what happened. Let me run a quick test. So if I make one the normal way, remember I had 20 to begin with, so I expected to have 80, right? But if I make one, let's see, I need a flux core to toss inside. Of course, these are a pain in the butt to make. All right, so then if I toss this in here, it would consume the items to craft the thing. However, I suspect that what's happening is if there are other items in there as well. No, it didn't eat the other items. All right, so let's let this craft finish and test the other part of my theory then. I thought it would eat the other items, but when it's crafting, let it finish. Wait. It didn't output anything. Is it outputting underneath? No, there's nothing down here. Alright, where are my items? Not... My first theory was that it was eating all the items. My second theory was that if I had leftover walls inside from the previous craft, it was eating those. And then my last theory is that it's just not making... It's not... Where are my items? Where are my items? I don't understand. Compact machines, I hate you. I tried unclaiming the chunk that it's in, and maybe like there was some, problem caused there. I've tried my various fields. They all appear to be broken, and I have literally no clue what the problem is. So I think I'm just gonna cheat in the blocks as if it worked because it's broken, and that's not my fault, is it? Yeah, like no items, and just so you know, it's not just falling to the bottom, right? There's literally nothing there. So compact machines is broken, and I am owed, how many did I make? So I did 20 plus another 4, so 24 times 4 is some number of walls. Hopefully this next step of compact machine crafting isn't going to be broken, although I completely expect it to be. I mean, if one doesn't work, why should we expect the other one to work? But we'll give it a shot, and if it doesn't work, we just pretend like it did. So anyways, start with a shining block of diamonds, surround that with walls, surround that with cobble, and once again I will make a copy-paste gadget of this. And I suppose I'll exclude like one piece of cobblestone from it, so that when we actually do the pasting, it doesn't put all the blocks. And then if we need to, we can fill in the last block at the end. Oh, I skipped a step, didn't I? I have to make we can make this compact machine in one of the smaller fields. So that works out. All right, so let's copy paste this, or let's rather just copy this. You to you. All right, and then if I need to, I can just use right click to paste it now. Let's actually make ourselves a manager thingy, template manager. Oops, or emerald. Could have some here. Yeah, these are from sifting. I still have to give them a new home, but so we can now use a template manager. This is a block I've definitely underused historically. Ooh, this looks different from before. I think I place this in there. I get a piece of paper. Place that in here. Give it a name. This is mob cage, I believe. Mob cage, save. And then now we have this mob cage template that we can reload into our copy paste gadget at any point. Because I'm going to want to store another template into here, and that is a template for the tiny compact machine. That's pretty easy. Just a solid block of compact machine walls. Hope I have enough. I think I have plenty. You know what? That I'm not even going to bother saving. And then toss a pearl inside. Bam. Does it not work because a pearl cannot break the plane? Ah. Alright, let's take this down and we'll build it here. My bad. It uses 27, which means it's not hollow, it's filled. Let's try that again. About to say, I'm pretty sure that landing on the plane is enough if it takes the entire space. Yeah. All right. So then I can place these blocks back. Bam. Magic. And then remember, we intentionally left this block out because if you place everything, hey, it worked. If you place every block using the compact or using the copy paste gadget, it doesn't craft correctly. So you do the thing and then give me a mob cage, please. Please don't swallow my items and give me nothing. Hey, I love you, compact machines. All right, so that gives us the mob cage. Now we can start using it to spawn mobs. We need DNA samples from any mob we want to spawn. Let's start with blazes. So blaze needs at least a certain tier of DNA sample. At least diamond tier. I don't think there's any advantage to going above. I assume this works vaguely like the RF Tools DNA sample, where you just have to hit the mob in question to get its DNA. So let's hit some blazes. You can't hurt me because I am fire immune. I guess just have to hit it once. Although that guy can hurt me. I'm not sword immune. Shift right click to clear. Yeah, okay. So let's head back, set this up in our mob cage, and then see how incredibly slow it is without upgrades. May as well also turn the cage into the hopping variant. So, alright. Let's try it out. We'll just do it right here. I assume it's just a single block. We click the DNA. Oh, you need to set up an environment first. What does that mean? Environment? There's no documentation book. What is this about environments? Alright, time to do some research. I think environment, they just mean the dirt block equivalent. So when we're spawning blazes, that is either the magma or the gilded blackstone. So we use the blackstone because it has a growth modifier on it. Yeah, it's effectively just a dirt in bonsai pots. And I guess that empties out our DNA sample into the cage where it does its thing. If I... Oh boy, that's slow. If I wait long enough, it'll spawn a thing. But is there a way to speed it up? I saw that there were upgrades in here, but let's see, that cooks, kills it with lightning, kills it with arrows. None of that makes it any faster. Looks like we can't make this any faster. We could make more hopping mob cages, but as you saw, it took like 7 hours of suffering to make one. And because it's not an automatable process, I really don't want to make more. So maybe we don't spawn our mobs this way, and we call this an experiment in how not to do things. I've taken a second to breathe, calm down, so I'm no longer angry at how useless this mod is. But let's take a second to consider the production rate. When spawning blazes, we get 60% chance for 1 to 2. I presume it's evenly distributed between 1 to 2. So let's call it 1.2 average blaze rods per 90 seconds. That means per minute you get less than 1 blaze rod. Less than 1 per minute. Now, that alone is perhaps not the worst if you could just make a lot of them, right? I mean, the bonsai parts aren't terribly fast either, but, you know, you just make 10 of them and suddenly, bam, they're not very slow. But, cool. So then let's just make 10 of these. Oh, wait. Making 10 of these is going to drive me insane making compact machine walls, which the recipe still doesn't work 2/3 of the time. God help me. And, oh, look at that. We got lucky and got 2 of them there. Secondly, if I want to switch which mobs in here, it consumes the DNA sample when I place it inside, and I can't get it back out, which means I have to go hit blazes for each single one I want to put in. That, again, you know, whatever, not the end of the world. If I want to switch this to another mob, I have to go get a new DNA sample for the new mob, reasonable, put it in here, but then I've destroyed my blaze sample, so now I have to go hit blazes again to swap it back. I was thinking we could just like make one of these, make it fast, and swap it between 5 or 6 different mobs as needed. Like I'm sure Enderman would be nice to go into here, but I think we're just going to have to do our mob spawning different. This is just too slow, too expensive, too slow, and too clunky to be useful. We'll have one. I'll leave this one here. I won't bother making more. So yeah, now that I'm no longer angry and disappointed in the mod, I'm just disappointed and not angry, which I guess is an improvement. Anyways, let's good one. Let's give these new resources home. So we have emeralds, netherite. I like free netherite, assault, blackstone, and platinum. Oh, look, I only needed 5 anyways. And that completes a few quests. So most of these, do these pebbles compact? I really hope they do. Oh, nah, throw that on the ground. And netherite. All right, so, ooh, wait, what's this? Oh, it's a block of scrap. I was like, you can't compress netherite directly into netherite blocks. But I think we can process this into netherite ingots, right? Wait, we can... How do we make netherite ingot? Here we go. Induction smelt 4 gold with 4 netherite. Is there a better way? We can reduce the amount of gold it uses, but no. Alright, well, let's make some netherite just to complete the quests. Woohoo! Our first netherite ingot. Yay. I was going to use it to make ourselves netherite meshes because it gets netherite meshes for sifting gravel get us titanium. I think fluorite is new in here. There might be some other new things. And netherite meshes when sifting overworld matter adds at least a couple things to it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 4 more slots. Dilithium. I don't know. Something in here that's new. No, that's... Are there 4 new slots? Dilithium. Osmium's already there. Redstone. Silicon's already there. Tin. Oh, tin. I see. So like tin, copper are now available in overworld matter, not just in gravel, whatever it used to come from. And nickel, I think, are the new ones. But making a netherite mesh takes 2 blocks of netherite. So it's going to be a little while before we can make that. And on that note, why don't we wrap up for the day? It'll be a bit of a shorter episode than usual, but if I'm going to be honest, it's been more frustrating than usual too. So instead of forcing myself to make another like 5 minutes of content, we'll just wrap up here. We'll be back next time with hopefully a bit more rewarding of an experience where we actually accomplish something. I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.